Namaskara. This is another toolbox, Kannada toolbox video on this expression called Bharadittu. Bharadittu is shouldn't have. So we've already seen should have, which is Bekittu. Shouldn't have is Bharadittu. Okay, so we will look at Bharadittu. Okay, so what I have done here is I'm giving Bekittu and Bharadittu together so that it's easy for you to remember as a pair. Okay, so should have versus shouldn't have. Should have. What is should have? You use it when you are regretting for not doing something in the past. I should have done that, but I did not do. Like that. Shouldn't have is regretting for doing something in the past. Right? I shouldn't have told you that secret, but I told. Like that. Okay. So that's the usage of should have and shouldn't have. These are the only two usages. We should not use these should have and shouldn't have for any other context. It is purely for regretting not doing something, regretting doing something. Okay, this is what I have given here. Okay, so ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I should have told you. ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರ ಹೇಳಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. I should not have told you. ಬಾರದಿತ್ತು comes from ಬಾರದು plus ಇತ್ತು. ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು comes from ಬೇಕು plus ಇತ್ತು. Okay. ಬೇಗನೆ ಮಲಗಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I should have slept early. ಬೇಗನೆ ಮಲಗಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. I should not have slept early. So ನಿನ್ನನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I should have left you and gone. Right? ನಿನ್ನನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. I should not have left you and gone. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಬರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I should have come to your house in the morning itself. So this itself is ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನೆ. This ne is what is giving you the effect of itself. This ne is called a clitic. Okay, a clitic is a suffix added to words to give more emphasis to it, emotional emphasis. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಬರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I should have come to your house in the morning itself. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಬರಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. I should not have come to your house so early in the morning. So it's a different what you call context here. So if you use should have, then you're regretting that you didn't come in the morning to the person's house. Where when you say Bharaditu, you're saying I should not have come so early in the morning and disturbed you. That kind of context here. Okay. So ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಬರಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. Okay. So as you could see, I'm giving the pairs of ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಬಾರದಿತ್ತು so that it registers in your mind much easier. Then I should have come here. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I shouldn't have come here. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. You should have left the door open. ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಇಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. You shouldn't have left the door open. ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಇಡಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. ತೆಗೆದು ಇಡು. ತೆಗಿ is open. ತೆಗೆದು ಇಡು means left, keeping it open like that. ತೆಗೆದು ಇಡು. ಇಡು is to keep. Then I should have told you the secret. ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ನಿನಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I shouldn't have told you the secret. ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ನಿನಗೆ ಹೇಳಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. So ಬಾರದಿತ್ತು is obtained from ಬಾರದು plus ಇತ್ತು. ಬಾರದು means should not. Okay. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬಾರದು. Like that. So that's the ಬಾರದು and you add ittu to it is I shouldn't have. That effect. Okay. So ittu is the third person singular neuter gender of iru verb. Okay. Okay. Then this is third person singular simple past. Okay, or third person singular past tense you can say. Okay, ittu. Okay, simple past. So baradu is should not. So neenu alli hogabaradu. You should not go there. So that is your baradu and we get baradittu. Then the train should have left early. Railu begane ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. The train shouldn't have left early. ರೈಲು ಬೇಗನೆ ಹೊರಡಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. I should have forgotten such a silly information. ಇಂತಹ ಅಲ್ಪ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ನಾನು ಮರೆಯಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. I shouldn't have forgotten such an important information. ಇಂತಹ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನ ನಾನು ಮರೆಯಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. So I've highlighted this such with this purple color because I want to talk about this intaha. Intaha means such. Okay, such. So that's why intaha. Alpa vishaya means silly thing. I don't have to remember. I should have forgotten this silly thing. like that. So let's look at this intaha for a short while. So intaha, antaha, entaha. This is like a triplet, easy to remember. Intaha means such a. When the thing is near to you, you say intaha. When the thing that you're talking about is far away from you, then you say antaha. Then if you want to ask like a question, entaha. So I'll give example. So ಅಂತಹ ಅಂತಹ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹುಡುಗಿ ನಾನು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೋಡಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ or ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂತಹ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹುಡುಗಿ ನಾನು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ or ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. So such a good girl, that's what this ಅಂತಹ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹುಡುಗಿ. Such a good girl I have not seen till now. The hudigi is far away from me, from the person who is talking. So that's why antaha ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹುಡುಗಿ. Okay, so ಇಂತಹ ಕಷ್ಟವಾದ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆ? Why did you take such a difficult task? So the task is near to the person who is speaking, to the other person. So the other person took up a task. So this person is coming to that person and that person is doing the task. And then you are asking, ಇಂತಹ ಕಷ್ಟವಾದ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆ? Well, then here you use intaha instead of antaha. So antaha is for talking about the quality of something that is far. Intaha is talking about a quality of something that is near. Then entaha. So entaha hudugananna neenu maduve agake ishtapadtiya. What type of boy do you want to get married to? So entaha hudugananna. Entaha means what type of a person with what quality. Everything. This is entaha, right? So a person with what quality do you like to get married to? Okay, maduve agu is to get married. Maduve agakke. Okay, maduve madu means to get somebody married. Say you want to get your daughter married or your sister married, then you will say maduve madu. Maduve agu means you yourself are getting married. Is maduve agu. Okay, maduve means wedding, marriage. So ಎಂತಹ ಹುಡುಗ ಬಾಯ್, ಎಂತಹ ಹುಡುಗನನ್ನ ನೀನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ಇಷ್ಟಪಡು means to like. Okay, so this is intaha antaha enta. Of course it doesn't have anything to do with shouldn't have. I just wanted to bring this triplet concept here purely because it's very useful and you will hear a lot when you watch TV or when you watch any TV serial. You will see this intaha antaha entaha commonly used. Okay, so that is why I brought it here. So it is a slight digression from the actual topic. Let's move on. Okay, next one. The minister should have said these words in public. Janate jagadalli. Janate jaga means public. So janate, public place. Okay. ಜನತೆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಈ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು. Why ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು? Because you're giving respect. You're calling the mantri in plural so that you're giving him respect, even though it's only one mantri, but you say ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು. That's how you must give respect. Okay, when you want to give respect in Kannada, you always make it galu. Okay, avarugalu. When you say avaru, it's one person, but if you want to give more respect to avaru itself is with respect. If you want to give even more respect, then you say avarugalu. Okay, then there is one more word in Kannada. When you're talking to somebody, you say neevu. Neevu means you with respect, but if you want to make it even more respectful, you say tavu. Tavu hegiddiri. If it's like a very elder person that you really respect that person a lot, maybe your teacher, somebody that you really treat as a role model, right? Then when you are speaking to that person, then you say tavu. So neenu is no respect. Okay, neevu with respect, tavu most respect. So this is for the second person. Neenu, neevu, tavu. Okay, so that's your if you're talking about the third person, then you say avanu or avalu. Then there is no respect. Avanu, avalu. Avaru means with respect, both for male and female. Avaru, avanu, avalu, or avaru. Second, so avanu, avalu is no respect. Avaru is with respect. Then avargalu, then with the most respect, like that. Okay, so that's your just a digression. Okay, let's move on. So then the minister shouldn't have said such words in public. ಜನತೆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಅಂತಹ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. ಅಂತಹ. So you see this antaha. By the way, this ta, right, is a what is called as a mahaprana. So you have Alpa Prana and Mahaprana in Kannada, right? So Ta is Alpa Prana. Tha is Mahaprana, where the sound comes as a burst, just like Hindi, Sanskritam, like that. So Antaha, this Taha, the Ta is a Mahaprana. So Antaha, right? You should say like that. Antaha Matu, right? Helabharaditu. You should have written a strong letter. Strong letter means like a very powerful letter. So ನೀನು ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಪತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಬರೆಯಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. So here ಕಠಿಣವಾದ is like kathina is like very strong worded like that. Okay. So strict, something like that. So ನೀನು ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಪತ್ರ ಒಂದು. So here you see this ಒಂದು is one. But in Kannada, how it works is in certain places, instead of putting undu in the beginning, undu will be put after the noun. So katinavada patra undu instead of neenu ondu katinavada patra barayabekittu. No, that's not how it is written. So that is a normal way of writing. In certain places in Kannada, how you write is neenu katinavada patra undu barayabekittu. So undu comes later. Okay. For example, dodda, if you want to talk about a fruit, okay, so dodda mavina hannu or tenginakayi, okay, tenginakayi is coconut, okay, dodda tenginakayi ondu kodi, okay, give me one coconut that is big. So dodda tenginakayi ondu kodi, you will say. Okay, so that is a way of speech. Okay, you don't say ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಿ. That is fine. If you say ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ ಕೊಡಿ is fine, right? But usually how people speak with respect to this certain sentences is ದೊಡ್ಡ ತೆಂಗಿನಕಾಯಿ. So for you, it does first describe the noun and then say ಒಂದು ಕೊಡಿ, like that. That's a style of speech. Okay, you should have not written such a strong letter. ನೀನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆಯಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. So I purposely put ಇಷ್ಟು now, not ಅಂತಹ. So ಇಂತಹ and ಇಷ್ಟು are the same. You can use it in the same place. They are similar. So ನೀನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕಠಿಣವಾದ ಪತ್ರ ಬರೆಯಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. ಬರೆಯಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. ಬರಿ is to write. Okay, so now we are seeing the next triplet, which is the ishtu, ashtu, ishtu. That one was intaha, antaha, yantaha. This is ishtu, ashtu, ishtu. Ishtu means this much, which is near, something near you. That much, something far. Then how much? Ishtu. So ishtu dodda mane namage beka. Do we need such a big house? So you are in the house and then you are telling this, right? Ishtu dodda mane namage beka. Do we need, like that? Then nenne ashtu kopa yake patkonde. Kopa padu means to experience anger. To get angry is called kopa padu. So nenne is yesterday. So nenne ashtu kopa yake padkonde. Right? You're asking the person in front of you. Padkollu means the person is experiencing. So padkollu. So nenne ashtu kopa yake padkonde. Yesterday, why did you get that much angry? Ashtu kopa. Right? So that much angry is ashtu kopa. So you're using ashtu here. Then ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೂ ನಿನಗೆ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. How much I give you also, you will not be satisfied. This is ಎಷ್ಟು. ಎಷ್ಟು we all know. Just like, okay, ಬಾಳೆಹಣ್ಣು ಎಷ್ಟು, right? 1 kilo tomato ಎಷ್ಟು, like that, how much, right? So that ಎಷ್ಟು we know. But ishtu and ashtu can also be used in sentences like that. Okay. Okay, so that's your ashtu. Ashtu, ishtu. So ishtu, ashtu, ashtu, and you have intaha, antaha, yantaha. These are all triplets. Okay, so here is a summary of all the haves that we have learned so far. We have already done must have, which is irabeku. This is like a deduction of a past event based on current observation. There only you have to use this irabeku very strictly. So she must have slept by now because it's already late, right? So so you're making a strong statement of a past event based on current time, current observation. What is a current observation? Maybe the time is already 12 midnight. She usually sleeps at 10. So she must have slept by now. How do you say this? Ishtaralli, by now, avalu malagirabeku, malagirabeku, malagirabeku. She must have slept. That's where this irabeku is used. Okay, then should have is bekittu. She should have called before coming. ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವಳು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. So this is a regret of not doing a past action. See, she did not call. So you are saying she should have called. Okay, that's where your ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು was used. Okay, then should not have ಬಾರದಿತ್ತು, which is what we saw in this video. She should not have told the secret to everyone. ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಬಾರದಿತ್ತು. A regret of doing a past action. ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ಅವಳು ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ means everyone, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, right? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ is everybody. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, when you say ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, for everyone also, not leaving anybody at all, like that. So ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, there is an emotion here. That's what this clitic is doing. The clitic ooh, the dirgha ooh is giving that emotion that she went and told everybody, not even leaving one person, like that. So ರಹಸ್ಯವನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳಬಾರದಿತ್ತು, should not have told. Okay, so this is your summary. Then we still have may have, which is very easy. May have I'll add as a separate video. May have is ಇರಬಹುದು. Instead of beku, you just put bahudu. She may have gone to sleep. So this is like a possibility. You must have like a very strong feeling that it has certainly happened, a past event based on current observation. May have is like a possibility, you're guessing. There is a possibility that it will happen. There is a possibility that it will not happen. So it's a deduction of a possibility. It's a probability rather than a deduction. Deduction means you're really confirmed. Whereas that's your irabeku. Whereas if you're not sure, you will say may have, which is irabahudu. Okay. So that's your next one, which is your may have. Okay. So I think this is the last slide. Yeah. So this was the video on shouldn't have usage, okay, which is baradittu. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.